Brock Lesnar is funny and he is money. Welcome back, guys, and again, this is Mikeratto, and welcome to a new video where today we're going to discuss Brock Lesnar's current run and the times that he is actually funny, entertaining, and most of those stuff when he is oozing with charisma. Well, Brock Lesnar is one of those guys where when he put his every effort in, you can see in his segments that, well, he is enjoying it throughout with his emotions and his character. When you see it in 2004, and him being the heel on his promo against Eddie Guerrero when he had this band and then he's actually dancing going through the ring. That's an example of Brock Lesnar being funny and also being the money. Well, it's more of the evaluation of his, well, being this entertaining guy. When you see him, well, he's this menacing beast who is actually destroying opponents after opponents, and when he has Paul Heyman in his side, well, he is just doing his usual stuff like listening to the promo, interacting with the promo, destroying his opponents and stuff, which, well, people, well, has their different opinions because of his scheduling. But yeah, well, when he is on his own, people are actually amazed. Just like him, Randy Orton, Kane, having these two sides being serious and also being this comical. Well, what do I mean by comical? To the point that, well, they are doing some entertaining stuff despite of them being in character. While Kane being in Team Hell No during 2012, just like Randy Orton with Riddle, as I mentioned. Well, yeah, they're doing the segments which Randy Orton is having a different side, but it is still on his character. And Brock Lesnar on his own versus the opponents that he is having a feud with, just like Bobby Lashley when he has his Bobby Who segment, his segment with, well, on most of Raw during 2022 when he has this segment of, well, I'm doing this stuff and then I'm still entertaining and I'm money. So while there's a lot of superstars who is actually having these two sides of being funny and entertaining. Not just that, not just this current run. Remember the Money in the Bank 2018 run, which, well, yeah, despite of Paul Heyman being there, well, he is doing his own thing. What do I mean by his own thing? Well, he has cut some of the promos and also, well, he actually had this mini segments which, well, he actually cuts these promos, he danced with the music, and also on the specific episode of Monday Night Raw in 2018, well, they actually had a theme song, Brock Lesnar dancing to the theme song with the beatbox team during that time. And they see a different character towards a person's character in the pro wrestling industry, while it gets a huge attention. Well, not just character in pro wrestling, but in entertainment in general. When you see the WWE stands for World Wrestling Entertainment, and entertainment is the huge goal for them. They are different from the other pro wrestling companies due to deliver their own way of delivering their own show. When I say that, well, they focus on entertainment. They are different from NJPW, AAA, Ring of Honor, and other stuff who actually focus on pro wrestling. Others may have this comedic stance at all, but WWE actually had most of these segments when it's actually random for some reason. For sometimes, well, it's actually random that it actually happens, and then people actually tune to those stuff when they had the segments of, well, the New Day dancing and all of that, even in the Attitude Era of Stone Cold attacking Vince McMahon in the hospital. Not just that, but The Rock having the segment with Stephanie McMahon, Chris Jericho at the same time also with Stephanie McMahon, the Rock and Sock connection, and all of those stuff when they had this comedic element, which, while they focus on the entertainment stuff. Well, as much as this is actually entertaining, people had their pros and cons with the segments. And actually, well, a lot of people actually want these segments back from the Attitude Era. That's why, well, they watch this more frequently on their YouTube accounts, or, well, in the WWE Network or in Peacock when they had the chance. So, yeah, there's a lot of difference between wrestling and entertainment, but WWE actually managed to combine those two and make it actually more believable to the one's character in the ring, performing weekly or even Mondays and Fridays when they had this brand split of having the entertainment segments all around the time, or having the pro wrestling stands, them performing 10 to 40 minutes depending on the time, even 5 minutes or an hour or more than an hour. Well, yeah, as I mentioned with the other companies, also AEW has their own thing for the comedic segments when they had the BTE connecting also to their storylines. What do I mean by BTE? Well, they had their own YouTube channel to which, well, they create their own entertaining segments for the characters. Well, it's not totally AEW themselves, but the wrestlers was actually creating their own channels to actually have their own segments on online. Yeah. Yeah, this video is not all about the funny stuff, but also Brock Lesnar being a huge draw. While money, Brock is money when you talk about it. Well, he has this huge name, not just in professional wrestling, but in mixed martial arts. And, well, yeah, he's most famous for his, well, winning the world title of UFC, having this fight destroying his opponents, and, well, just like the others who made their names in the Hollywood by having people know them more, not just in their pro wrestling background, but Brock having this other stuff, having this other profession in his life, and having his own businesses left and right, while people are more curious to watch how much he actually gains in a year. And, well, yeah, people are actually conversing in the internet whether he deserves it or not. But yeah, he deserves it because of, well, yeah, he does a lot of stuff in his own. Brock Lesnar is a huge draw when you think about it, because people actually reacts to what he do in the ring, for what he actually does in the ring. What they mean by that, when he's a heel, people actually boo for his segments. It's not like him being cheered for some reason. Well, sometimes wrestlers today, despite of being the bad guys, they are being cheered, or being the good guys, they're being booed. For example, Roman Reigns, during his before the tribal shift persona, people are actually 50-50 for him, or John Cena, or even Hulk Hogan. For babyface, for heels being cheered, just like Kevin Owens, you have guys like Seth Rollins and other guys in the professional wrestling. Also, Chris Jericho would take a huge example for his list persona. When he has that persona, instead of people booing whichever it does for the character, well, they boo those people who he was against with, who he is actually feuding with, instead of, well, cheering the guys who is actually feuding with. For example, Chris Jericho versus Roman Reigns in 2017 and 2016. Yeah. So, while Brock Lesnar is a huge draw, and when he's actually a huge babyface, people actually cheer him. Remember 2015 when he has this face tweener type of role, when he actually had a feud with The Undertaker, people actually are 50-50 for The Undertaker during that time, because Undertaker is acting like a heelish tweener type of character. Yeah, Brock being a babyface that actually answers that most. And also Brock being a babyface, well, it actually is a new for his character, despite of him turning babyface before, but it's actually new and fresh, because while he's mostly heel for his career, just like when he returned in 2012, he's mostly heel until like 2015. And then he has this short face run and then turned heel yet again. So yeah, this is actually new and fresh. And well, he's a huge draw because people are actually buying stuff and buying his merch. So yeah, that's it. Well, I hope you all like this video. Like, comment down below, share, subscribe now. And well, thank you and enjoy your day. Enjoy your day.